Modern day relationships are absolutely trash. I think we can all agree with that. Everyone is struggling in the modern dating scene, not just guys, but also girls are as well, right? It's very easy for us guys to think, man, girls have it so easy. They can get so many guys, they make a Tinder profile and they get 1,000 likes. But go and ask any girl if she's actually happy and satisfied in her dating life, and they'll literally all say no. So no one's winning, right? So if no one's winning, why are we still following the same script as everyone else? We're more, let's be honest, more enlightened, smarter than the general population. 99% of people are doing something wrong, and yet when it comes to dating, why are we copying them? Because you want to know what the mistake they're making that we make as well. By we, I'm talking about sort of guys on self-improvement who are watching educational content instead of being on TikTok and watching porn and whatever, and guys who are starting to take a step into masculinity. Guess what mistake we're making that the average little soy boy makes as well? We are treating our relationships like friendship. The average guy gets into a relationship and he starts kissing this girl, he starts having sex, and they're quite polarized, but out of nowhere, he starts spending so much time with this girl that they start saying that they're like best friends and they can't wait to spend more time together. And that seems so sweet in this modern days, doesn't it? What happens to this average guy and average girl in a relationship? What happens to them? They spend a load of time together, they have lots of sex, and then it dies down very quickly. Why? Depolarization. They're spending too much time together, and they're spending essentially non-sexualized, non-polarized time together. They're acting like friends, which seems so normal. Inside of your mind is probably the belief that I'm kind of wrong here, right? I would just ask you, where did that belief come from? Did it come from some kind of based realization that you actually had? Or is it just a belief that 99% of people have, and it's been put in your mind as well, that we're like best friends is what every little person says, right? But they've all got shit relationships, don't they? So why are we taking their beliefs in? Because the people who say we're like best friends, what they're actually saying is we don't really fuck anymore. Oh yeah, sex is overrated anyway, guys. You know what the spiritual people call their girlfriends and wives? If you ever read a book from a spiritual teacher like David Data, they'll never say the term girlfriend. They'll never say the term wife. What do they say? What do they call it? They call them lovers. Spiritual people don't call, a spiritual man doesn't call his girlfriend. He calls her his lover. There's a difference. And when you see us normal folk, we call each other boyfriend, girlfriend because we are literally friends. And that doesn't seem bad. It still seems so wholesome that, we spend so much time. We spend all day, every day together. That's coming obviously from insecurity, because if you're honest, just say no, yes or no in your mind. Are you a masculine man? Yes or no? Yes. Would you like to date a feminine woman or a masculine woman? Yes, or just which one? You'd probably say feminine, right? If you're a masculine man, you're attracted to feminine energy, right? Then you can't be friends with her. One of you has to betray their sexual energy to be friends. Usually it's a mix of both. If you are a masculine man and you're not bullshitting yourself, now you might not be that masculine right now, but it's something you want to bring back into your life, and you've got to kind of reclaim it because it was taken from you in the modern world with the destruction of testosterone and everything. But if you know you're supposed to be a masculine man, and if you're more attracted to feminine women, the time you can spend together is either going to be polarized because you're masculine, she's feminine, you can't help but want to fuck. But so many, if you spend more time than that, suddenly that desire to fuck goes down, and one of you has to go closer to the middle. You being a masculine guy, you would have to become way more feminine to spend time with her. Being the little cutesy moments together, just gossiping, talking about whatever you want. Or if you refuse to be more feminine, she will have to become more masculine, and she'll start talking about goals and business. She'll start sitting in more stillness, and she'll become more stoic. And if any of these happen, if you become more feminine or she becomes more masculine, your sex life will deteriorate. Inevitably will deteriorate. One of the greatest mistakes that I see happen in the modern day is that men and women who get together do not sit down and have a formal discussion of what is the priority of their relationship. Think about doing this for yourself. If you're in a relationship right now, or you can maybe save this in your mind for when you do get into a relationship. Have a formal conversation where you sit down and you discuss what is the priority of our relationship. What are we not willing to sacrifice for anything? What are we willing to sacrifice everything for? Most people won't even have this conversation, but if they did, it would look something like the guy saying, yeah, you know, sex is probably the most important thing. And the girl would like be offended and she'll say, no, friendship and spending time. And the guy would be like, yeah, he'd curl his legs over. Like, you know, he'd stop manspreading. Yeah, friendship and spending time together is really nice, actually.